It was a moment that stopped the world. A leap, a touch, a goal. In 1 second, millions celebrated, and millions questioned what they had just seen. For minutes later, the same player would run past half the opposition and score one of the greatest goals in football history. 2 goals, one unforgettable match, and a legacy that still lives today. This is the story of Diego Maradona, and the day football changed forever. But before we continue, let me ask you something. Can one match define a career? Can one moment change how the world sees you forever? And what happens when genius and controversy collide? Let's go back. June 22nd, 1986. Estadio Azteca, Mexico City. Over 100,000 fans inside the stadium. Millions watching around the world. It was the quarterfinal of the FIFA World Cup. Argentina versus England. 2 proud football nations. 1 knockout match. No second chances. But this wasn't just football. Not really. Just 4 years earlier, Argentina and England had fought the Falklands War. The wounds were still fresh. The tension was real. For many Argentinians, this was more than a game. It was pride. It was emotion. It was something deeply personal. And at the center of it all, a 25-year-old captain wearing number 10, Diego Armando Maradona, small in height, huge in talent, carrying the hopes of an entire nation on his shoulders. Imagine that pressure. At 25 years old, would you be able to carry a country's expectations? Would you rise, or would you break? The first half was tight, physical, tactical, nervous. England defended with discipline. Argentina searched for creativity. Every pass mattered. Every mistake felt dangerous. Maradona was everywhere, dropping deep, turning defenders, absorbing tackles, getting back up, again and again. You could see it in his eyes. He wasn't just playing. He was calculating, waiting, studying, like a chess master preparing one decisive move. The tension inside the stadium kept rising. Then came the 51st minute, and everything changed. Maradona passed the ball forward. It deflected high into the air. He sprinted into the box. England goalkeeper Peter Shilton rushed out. Both jumped. Shilton with his fist. Maradona with something else. A split second. Tiny movement. The ball floated into the net. Goal. The referee pointed to the center circle. Argentina inactive. England protested furiously. Confusion, anger, celebration, disbelief. Replays later showed it clearly. Maradona had touched the ball with his hand. But in that moment, the goal stood. Years later, Maradona described it in his own words. A little with the head of Maradona, and a little with the hand of God. That sentence became immortal. But here's the real question. Was it genius? Was it cheating? Or was it simply instinct in the biggest moment of his life? What would you have done? In that split second, with history waiting, most players would hide after controversy. Most players would play safe. Maradona did the opposite. Just 4 minutes later, he received the ball in his own half. He turned, accelerated. One defender beaten, then another. He crossed midfield, the stadium volume rising. 3 defenders chasing. 4, 5. Still he kept going. Every touch perfect. Every step controlled. Time seemed to slow down. Have you ever watched something and felt like you were witnessing destiny? He entered the box, shifted the ball, rounded the goalkeeper, and scored. Silence. Then explosion. Commentator Victor Hugo Morales screamed, "Genius! Genius! Genius!" This goal needed no debate. No explanation. It was art. It was balance, courage, control, vision. FIFA would later call it the goal of the century. Think about that. In a sport played for over 150 years, this goal was called the greatest. And it happened just minutes after one of the most controversial goals ever. Two goals, opposite in morality, equal in impact. England pulled one back. The match ended 2-1. Argentina advanced. But something bigger had happened. In just 4 minutes, Maradona showed the two sides of football, the beauty and the chaos, the purity and the imperfection. Is that why we love this game? Because it reflects us. Flawed, brilliant, human. Argentina didn't stop there. They defeated Belgium in the semifinal. Maradona scored twice again. In the final, they faced West Germany. Pressure, intensity, drama, and Argentina won 3-2. They lifted the World Cup trophy. Maradona, arms raised, tears in his eyes. Captain fulfilled. 5 goals, 5 assists, involvement in almost every key moment. But even with a World Cup medal, what do people remember most? Those 4 minutes. Why? Because greatness is not always clean. It is emotional. It is complicated. Diego Maradona would go on to become a legend. At Napoli, he transformed a struggling club into champions. He inspired millions in Argentina. He became more than a footballer. He became a symbol. But his life was never simple. Fame, pressure, controversy, struggles, triumphs, failures. Maradona lived loudly. He made mistakes. He fought battles on and off the pitch. And maybe that's why people connected with him. He wasn't perfect. He was real. Let me ask you this. Do we admire athletes for their perfection? Or for their humanity? The hand of God. The goal of the century. In 4 minutes, Maradona became villain and hero. But maybe that duality is what makes legends unforgettable. Think about it. If he had only scored the second goal, would it feel the same? If he had only scored the first, would he be remembered the same way? It was the contrast. The controversy followed by brilliance. Darkness followed by light. That created mythology. And football loves mythology. Today, that match is still debated, still analyzed, still shown to new generations. Because football is not just about tactics, not just about rules. It is about emotion. It is about stories. And Maradona gave us one of the greatest stories ever told in sport. On June 22nd, 1986, he didn't just score goals. He created a legend that lives in every discussion about greatness, every debate about ethics, every conversation about genius. And maybe that's the final question. Can you separate the art from the artist? Can you separate the moment from the man? Or are they forever connected? Diego Maradona was never ordinary. He played with fire, with imagination, with rebellion, with heart. He fell. He rose. He inspired. And on that day in Mexico, he gave the world everything. Controversy, brilliance, drama, history. This was not just a match. It was not just a goal. It was not just a World Cup. It was a reminder that sport can shock us, divide us, unite us, and sometimes, in just 4 minutes, change the world forever. Thighs was Diego Maradona, and this was the day football became immortal.